your face. All the time they wanna take your place. The backstabbers. Backstabbers. They smiling in your face. All the time they wanna take your place. The backstabbers. Backstabbers.
Did y'all see that thumbnail? Let me show it again. For those who didn't get to see the thumbnail. It's a throwback. That's what we're talking about today. We are talking about Nintendo games. Now, I know some of you guys like, what is Nintendo? Okay, that's okay. No problem. No problem. That's what I'm here for. To enlighten you, to educate you, to help you out on what Nintendo is and what is my top 10. I know what my top 10, but I'm interested in what is y'all guys' top 10 games. So to y'all guys who's here today, first things first, I want to appreciate you being here. You didn't have to. You can find anywhere to be watching anybody's show, but you chose to be here in the basement. Shout out to you guys for being here. Hopefully you hit the like button while you're here. Please do that for your boy. I appreciate that. But with that being said, I want to see and know what is y'all top 10. What are some of y'all favorite Nintendo games? Now, Nintendo's been around, started back in 82 originally. That's where it came from. But it got established in 84, 85 out of Japan. Unfortunately, a lot of our video games are... A lot of our video games are out of Japan, right? Yeah, it is what it is. But I remember when I first got my Nintendo. The first time I got my Nintendo, I was 86, I want to say, was the first time I ever got a Nintendo. I loved it. I thought it was the best thing going. And let's be completely honest. That was the first new toy that I ever got, brand new, that wasn't used. The first. All my other toys were secondhand, Goodwill, DAV toys that was in a clear bag. All the toys already together. All the pieces was never there. Yeah. That was my childhood. I didn't have a lot of toys. I got to crack the seal of the plastic or the casing or nothing like that. But in 86, that was my first toy that I got brand new that wasn't secondhand. I remember when I asked for it. Said I wanted a Nintendo. And when I got that Nintendo, I didn't get the deluxe edition, which was cool. I wasn't a big fan of Duck Hunt. I wasn't a big fan of that other game with the robot with the arms. You pick them up, you put them down on the buttons, and I wasn't a fan of that. But I was a fan of Super Mario Brothers, and that's what they had with it. And you couldn't tell me anything. You couldn't tell me. I remember getting up early in the morning, hoping and praying I got that damn new Nintendo, because there's been many other Christmases that I didn't get what I wanted. I went in there and I was always disappointed. Some people ask me, hey, why don't you get into to Christmas that much? I guess I'm being traumatized as a kid. Every time I looked, I never got what I wanted. I was always disappointed. So I never got up to do the Christmas thing. I mean, look, I when I was a young boy, I would always ask for certain things and never get it. Never get it. Now, this was the first time I did get it, that Nintendo. Shout out to Nintendo. But that always messed with me, traumatized me. I just never would care about Christmas. I never got up for it like that because I felt like I was always going to be disappointed. And I felt like if I didn't get myself worked up and all excited, it wouldn't hurt so bad, right? At least what I used to tell myself. So even to this day, I'll sit back, watch the kids open gifts. Everybody open gifts. I get gifts. I just stack them up to the side of me on the couch or wherever I'm at. Everybody go, we clean it up. putting things up, about to get ready for eat breakfast. I still wouldn't open my presents. They'd be like, Daddy, why don't you open your presents? That's no big deal. That's no big deal. Did y'all like what y'all got? That's all that matters. It don't matter to me. But that's where this shit came from, for me. But we're not going to go down memory lane of darkness and bad days. We're here to talk about an exciting time. And this exciting time, we talk about Nintendo. My top 10 Nintendo games. Guys, I hope you like the little theme I had. I had the Mario Brothers. For those who are fans, that is the Super Mario theme that I had while the timer was going. You had to set it all up. The theme had to set it all up, right? And if you look behind me, you see there that mini Nintendo. It's on the other side of me. It's behind me. Just know it's behind me. You had the mini Nintendo. And then you had the Nintendo. We had the wireless remotes. They came with the one to wire to it, but I got the wireless. I want to be fancy. But in case y'all didn't know, they re-released Nintendo. And they had like preloaded games on there. Well, your boy got to be extra. I said, nah, I don't want the regular one. I want the one with all the games. So, she said, hook it up. I thought about streaming it and doing that, but I said, man, how crazy would that look? Hey, don't tempt me. Look, don't be surprised. Your boy won't upload a video of me playing Tecmo Bowl, Zelda, Super Mario Bros., maybe Super Mario 3. What else little games I make? Double Dribble, huh? Y'all remember Double Dribble, right? Don't be surprised you won't see me streaming playing it. That ain't... I don't know how attractive and attention or how many hits I'm going to get on it. Somebody playing an 8-bit game, but, it is what it is. Don't be surprised. That's right. I'm glad to see you here. It's been a while, man. Welcome back. Welcome back to the basement. But with that being said, man, look, I just wanted to make sure, have fun with this, right? Have fun with this. Dude, I've seen somebody talk about some of the top Nintendo games. I've seen it on IG. I said, man, look at that. Sounds like a great show. Now, I know a certain age demographic is only going to really understand this, especially when we talk about the 8-bit Nintendo, not the Switch, not the 64 or the Wii or whatever else you want to talk about. Only certain age demographics want to understand, our struggles of the 8-bit bad pixelated game that we used to love to play. Back in the days when I first got mine, I stayed up, man, probably 24 hours playing Super Mario Brothers. You had to drag me off. I played Super Mario's that much. And y'all remember. Y'all remember one of the things y'all wanted to do? I used to play so much. I done already conquered it multiple times. Now I just play the game just to get the 100 lives. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember when you used to play the game and you used to hit that turtle and it keeps going up. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm old. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We used to get the 100 lives on Super Mario Bros. I used to get that and then I just turn it off. That was me. That's what I did. Somebody said they look, number 1 was in for Donkey Kong. Mario Kart was a Super Smash Brothers 4. Okay. Mario Brothers. Okay. Number 4 was yours. Okay. I got you. Right on, Empress. I appreciate you. My man, Mandrell, what you say? I did the same thing, bro. Hey, Mandrell, look. I'm staying up all night playing the game. Once I conquered it, I actually saved the princess from King Koopa. Yeah, it's like, man, whatever. Now my whole goal is to get the 100 mans and 100 lives. That's all I cared about. That's it. That's all I cared about. That was it. Get the 100 man. I felt you couldn't tell me shit. I felt like I done really did something. My man Vic said Super Mario Duck Hunt was the best. Now the Duck Hunt, man, yeah. Vic, I don't know about that Duck Hunt, though. You can always look, man. There's only so many times you shoot the damn duck and the dog come up laughing at your ass. You know what I'm saying? They got old quick. They got old real quick from me. I ain't gonna lie. What'd she say? What'd she say? Legend of Zelda, Contra, Duck Hunt, Punch Out, Castlevania, Super Mario, Mega Man, Teenage Mutant. Those some good ones. Don't be surprised you don't see some of you names in my top 10. Don't be surprised. I got the 100 lives too. I know that's right, Mandra. I know that's right. She said track meet with the power pad. Hey, boy, you got that power pad gave you a workout. That power pad gave you a workout. Mandra, I know what you mean. Look, back in the days, we used to have Tecmo Bowl titles, 21 and nothing. The skunk, it's over. It's over. We playing for push-ups. We didn't have no money. We ain't had no money. We couldn't bet no money. We ain't got no money. We broke. But we play for push-ups. So whatever amount of points I beat you by, that's how many push-ups you had to do. That's what we used to do back in the days. He said, I have all these games right now on the Nintendo Switch. The hell with you high class, Vic. Nobody care. You're a sedity ass. No, Vic, I got them too, but it's not on the Switch. It's on that throwback back there. Retro, it's small. You know, it's about as big as my hand. That's how big that damn thing is. And the handles of the remote, I just got a remote control, wireless handles. You got to, of course, plug them up and charge them. My girl Happy said, Battletoads. You know, I never played Battletoads, Happy. I never played it. I never played it. Hey, look, this was a classic at the arcades. Frogger and Paperboy. Paperboy, I used to let the boy get hit on just to be fun. I guess something was wrong with me for doing that bullshit, wasn't it? He said, which Nintendo system? Man, you see the one behind me. The one right there, that's my Nintendo. That's the Nintendo I used to have back in the day. That small one you see behind me, that's the first Nintendo. That's the one I used to have that I still play to this day. That's because you bougie. Say like you bougie in the Nintendo 64 and the GameCube. You bougie. I didn't have all that. I couldn't afford it. The highest I went with my Nintendo was Super Nintendo. I would have. Oh, well, hold on. Is it? What's after the classic Nintendo? The Super Nintendo? I think that's it. That's the one I had after that. I didn't have the Switch, the Cube. I didn't have none of that. Yeah, I didn't have none of that. She said Tetris. Now, I used to play it a lot on the Game Boy. I didn't really play it a lot on the Nintendo, but I played it a lot on the Game Boy. But let's get to it. Let's get to it, guys. So let's talk about some of my top 10. So I'm gonna start from the bottom, and then we're gonna work our way up. Let's see what man said about his. Let's see what he got. Okay, he got his top 10. Okay. Guys, do y'all agree? Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with my man say like top 10. We're gonna read it, and then I want y'all to put a 1 in the chat see if y'all agree with say like top 10. Let's go with it. He said Mike Tyson Punch Out 1, Legend of Zelda 2, Super Mario 34. I assume he mean 3, but I got you, brother. Tecmo Super Bowl, Metroid, Mega Man, all of them. All 25 of them. Kid Icarus. Now see that. Say like, that's an underrated game right there. That's an underrated game right there. They don't know about that. Castlevania. Baseball Stars. Number 9. 10. Contra. Guys, do y'all agree with my man's list? Do y'all agree with it? He got a strong list now. Guys, he got a strong list. He got a look here, man. Let me go back to this. I gotta go back to it. That Kid Icarus that's a sleeper, guys. That's a sleeper. I'll tell you another sleeper, man. Akari Warriors. I don't know if y'all remember that though. Akari Warriors. I love the game. It's you got a red guy with a red fatigue and a guy was wearing a blue fatigue, and you was fighting, and you could pick up different things like a tank and different stuff like that. You shoot with a gun. You going in the jungles and through the sand, through the desert, and all that. Great game. Great game. I loved it. Look here, man. I keep reading y'all's, but I keep forgetting to read mine. What's up with that? I'm slipping. I'm tripping. Can't do that. But let's get the party started. Number 10 for me, Ring King. Huh? Y'all remember Ring King, don't you? If you don't, I'm going to help you out. So Ring King back in the days, Ring King was known as the king of boxers in Japan and Europe. As an arcade boxing game, as an arcade boxing game developed in Woodplace. It was published in 1985 by Woodplace, and in Japan, and in Europe, and by Data East in North America. It's a great game. So if y'all remember Ring King when it came out on Nintendo, you didn't really see the body until you like to see the side angle, and then you used to throw uppercuts, and I used to when I throw the uppercut, I like to get it close to the side of the ring so you could knock them out of the ring. They had big old heads, big old boxing gloves, little bitty bodies. It was fun. That's my number 10, Ring King. So guys, I'll let you know now. I'm a big sports guy, and most of my favorite games in my top 10 is gonna be sports. So I'm gonna give y'all a hint right now. More than half of them is gonna be sports games. Don't hold it against me. That's just me being a sports guy. I'm sorry. Let's see what my man said. Now I know my man Big Smooth came through. He said Mike Tyson Punch Out. He was one of them on there. He wanted to know where it is. It would help me out if you plugged in Nintendo and showed me. No, I'm not gonna plug it and show you nothing. I don't want. That's why I see y'all see me getting drugged on the game. I don't even see y'all. Hey, look, I'm gonna record it, and then I'm gonna post it up where I am. I promise you. I ain't gonna let you get me into playing this game so I can embarrass myself. Bad dudes. I remember that. That's the game. I think they was on top of a train and you were fighting. I don't know where you fight your way to or from. I don't remember what they were, but I remember you was on top of the train fighting. That's all I remember. I remember that. Bad dudes. Jordan versus Burt. Hey, I used to love when I get Jordan and he does that 360 duck. I never really got into Metal Gear. I never really got into it. Now Double Dragons I did. Double Dragons I did. Hey, Double Dribble. We was on. We used to shoot that 3 and then turn around off. You just shoot that 3 up in there. You flip the other side like you walking away like you Steph Curry back in the day. Yeah, that was it. That was it. What's up, Quint? Let's keep it going though. Let's keep it going because I'm gonna definitely drop the link. I want some of y'all come up here and let me know what y'all's is. Number 9 for me, Metroids. Now, guys, I don't know if you remember Metroids. It's like you was always going up. I mean, that's how the game was. You just kept going up higher and higher. Flipping. You used to do like a flip. You kept going up and you shooting your guns. I'm trying to figure now. I think about it. It really wasn't exciting, but I don't know. I just love the way he was flipping and spinning, and you had this helmet on and all that. Never completed the game. I wasn't that good with most of these games. I never completed. But I tell you this, when I did play it, and I tell you what took me to the new level, when they had the Super Nintendo Max. Y'all remember that? The little handheld thing where you can turn the turbo on, huh? Where you can turn the turbo on and shoot. Now you shooting about your bullets is 5 times faster than they normally would. I love that. Another thing is the I think it was called the Genie, the Nintendo Genie, where you would had the little Genie connection. You put it in there. It's like it was like I want to say gold. Was it gold? I think it was gold. I can't recall, but it was called the Genie. You would put it in there, and then you could log in whatever passwords that you got from the book. Now, I never get the book. I couldn't afford to get the book order. My buddy had the book and had all the codes in it. He had the Genie too. I didn't have the Genie. I would ask him, can I borrow it? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes from him, and he would let me borrow it. But man, I love that thing. I loved it, man. And you know, it took Nintendo to a whole new level with it, right? It took it to a whole new level. He said, what we doing in the basement? No, it's what we doing is. Let me show you. Now, that's what we doing in the basement. We talking about the top 10 Nintendo games. So right now, I'm at number 9, but I'm about to move on to number 10. But before I do that, Metroid was established in 1986. Of course, in Japan. Every goddamn game was in Japan, wasn't it? It is what it is. But 1986, it was August of 1986. It was established in Japan. In 87 is when it was released here in the United States. Now, when I was talking about the Ring King, I remember playing Ring King or the King of the Boxer on the big arcade game. So that's how I even got familiar with the Ring King. So when that came out, I knew that was one of the games I had. Metroids, I never had it personally. It was one of those games I borrowed. Now I know y'all back in the days, I remember playing Metroids on my buddy's house, and man, I just thought that was the greatest thing going. The way he was flipping and going up and going up and keep going up, shooting, and had these different lasers and all that. You couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me a thing. Well, let's keep it going. Number 8, Super Mario Bros. 3. Super Mario Bros. 3. I love that. And the reason why I love that game so much is because you had the ability to fly. Because you had that little raccoon tail. Right? Y'all remember when you got the little raccoon tail? It gave you the ability to fly. I don't even know if he was really flying. He was really like floating more, I think, than flying. But, you know, to me, I was flying. As a kid, I thought I was flying. So, Super Mario Bros. 3 was released for home console from Japan, 1988. North America, 1990. And in Europe, 1991. It's developed by Nintendo Entertainment System. So with the ones I'm telling you about, I'm trying to give you a little history behind it as I tell you about it. He says Samus was the main character in Metroids. I'm gonna say like Metroid is a good shit. I know. Look here. This is so in case y'all don't know, when Metroid is over, she takes her helmet off and reveals she's a woman. So for a kid, you know, you didn't like, what the hell? What is the girl? You didn't realize it. That girl doing all that. But yeah, that's what it was. So you just got to make sure y'all play it to the completion. Like I said, most of the games I didn't complete. I wish I could. I didn't have the time. Plus, I was involved in a lot of sports and all that, so I didn't really have the time. Shout out to one of my biggest haters who loves to support. Much love to you, my man Ant. You didn't have to choose to. You chose to. You chose to donate $10 to the basement. I appreciate you, my brother. Right on. He said, you too old for this, ain't? Big Ant, go to hell. I still love you, my brother. And I thank you for your service. But you're never too old. You're only old as you feel. She said, I love all the Mario games. My husky dog is named Yoshi. God damn. Named the dog Yoshi. She said, that old big hand is a hater. We know he is. He can't help himself. But much love to the brother. He said, hey, Happy Hink. Don't got my wrench. What is he saying? Hey, Happy Hink, I don't have my wrench. Well, that's not a problem. We can make it work. We can make that work. We're going to get that together. Not a problem at all. Let me see. Not a problem. But let's get back to it. Let's get back to the next one. What comes out? What's number 7? Contra. Boy, now if y'all don't know about Contra, y'all don't know nothing about Nintendo games. If y'all don't know nothing about Contra, y'all don't know about Nintendo games. You just don't know. Contra was a classic, guys. In case y'all didn't know, Contra was a classic. Let me go over the history of Contra. Contra is a run and gun video game, developed and published by Konami. That's some old, and them Japanese make great games. Let me just say that. Originally developed as a coin-operated arcade game. I remember that, the arcade. I remember I won $50 on some pool tabs at my grandmother's bingo. Spent I had $5. That was the only money I had. And I bought $5 worth of pool tabs. And at the time they was 50 cents a piece. The pool tabs. And it was at a local I don't know what they call it, like the Catholic Church fairs or cookouts or gathering. I don't know what they call it. But that's where it was. And I won $50. I was peeling my last, well, not my last, but my second to last pool tab. In fact, I didn't pull my last. I just threw it around. I could have won $50 more for all I know. I just threw it down. I just went to go cash my one end. I won $50 on. You know what I used that $50 for? To go buy me a Nintendo game. You know what Nintendo game I bought? Contra. At the time, it cost me $30. And I had Contra. Gave my grandmother some money. I think I gave her like $10. And I used $30 of it on Contra. And the rest on snacks. I said, Grandma, can we go to Walmart? I went and got that Contra. Well, when I got home, you couldn't tell me nothing. Playing in there. I remember I got in trouble because I didn't cut the grass on time. Because I was playing Contra. She didn't say cut the grass. She said, go out there and push that more. That's why she used to tell us to cut the grass by pushing the more. Oh, man. R.I.P. to my grandmother. I love her. I love her. Oh, boy. Contra. That was a game. I loved it. Now, one thing about Contra, man, when you play Contra, Contra, you get down, still shooting. You know what I'm saying? You can be jumping and flipping around, shooting, you flipping and going up there, shooting up at an angle. Hey, man, Contra was it. Contra was it. I loved it. I loved it. That's why it's in my top 10 for sure. Definitely in my top 10. And guys, what I should be doing is actually showing you guys the image of what I'm talking about. So this is Contra. Guys, I apologize. I got them loaded up too. That's Super Mario Bros. 3, Metroid, and Ring King. So right now, those are my top 3 of my 7. But we're going to keep this thing going. We are going to keep it going. Shout out to my man Smitty for stopping through. Shout out to you, Smitty, big brother. Hopefully all is well. What she said? Jerry Lawson created the cartridge for the gaming. Good info for Black History. I know that's right. I know that's right. Shout out to Jerry Lawson. Appreciate you, brother. Because without you, I wouldn't have some of the great games that I got. Number 6, Castlevania. Oh, shit, guys. Castlevania. Boy, that is a classic. Another classic game that I used to love to play. Now, I got introduced to Castlevania when we was at school. Because, you know, when you have your... they have a downtime during school time where it's like right before you go, like the after school programs. You used to stay after school, wait for my my grandmother to pick me up. And so, you know, usually between the 30 minutes to an hour we would have. And the guy they had a Nintendo there in the little after school program, and the guy brought Castlevania. I thought this shit was so cool. Because that was the first game that I remember seeing blood. All the other video games didn't have the blood and all that. Castlevania did. Castlevania was graphic. Before it was really cool to have all these graphics. Castlevania. It was it. Simon. That was the guy's name. And that's what I remember about playing Castlevania. Let me give you some history about Castlevania. Castlevania was originally released in Japan. Shout out to Japan. September 1986, before the beginning for being ported to cartridge format and released in North America in 1987 and in Europe in 1988. So again, that's how I got introduced to Castlevania in school. And he had this whip. And he slap. That's all I remember. Then I think, you know, you had one of the other things he had was he's throwing knives. And of course, the theme of Castlevania is getting and killing Dracula. That was the thing. But you had other characters that you had to go against before you got to Dracula, like the Wolfman, and I want to say a mummy. Who else was that? Some other characters. Frankenstein's wife, I believe, was one of the characters. But man, I loved it. I love that game, man. And like I said, first copy was first game I seen with blood on it. That was it. That was my intrigue. And after that, I was just intrigued more. Now, another game I used to see with blood was Friday the 13th. Yes, that same Friday the 13th. That's a movie with Jason Voorhees. Yes, that was a video game on Nintendo. That was another one I seen blood on. But I think those are the only two that I can remember. Maybe the Freddy Krueger or the Nightmare on Elm Street had blood on it too. Or maybe Jaws. Maybe Jaws was one of the games that had blood. I can't recall. But that was the first one I seen. She said that anime is good too. Hey, that anime is classic, man. If y'all hadn't had opportunity, if y'all have Netflix, I believe that's what it's on. Ron, help me out if I'm wrong. Please direct me to the right. I think it's on. I think it is on Netflix. But man, if y'all hadn't had that opportunity to see that Castlevania, man, it's definitely something to see. It's definitely something to see. Yeah, but Mortal Kombat wasn't on Nintendo. I got Mortal Kombat on, I want to say Sega Genesis. Or was it the first PlayStation? Now that's probably the most graphicest one. Was a Mortal Kombat for me. But I'm trying to recall, was that on PlayStation 1 or She said it was on Nintendo. Maybe I graduated from Nintendo already then by then. Maybe that's the case. I didn't see it on her. I thought I seen it on Sega Genesis. But she said it was on Nintendo. Okay, cool. Let's keep it going. Number 5, classic. Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Huh? Classic. Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all remember Mike Tyson Punch Out, right? Huh? Y'all don't remember Mike Tyson Punch Out? Shit, you can tell me that. Punch Out, originally titled Mike Tyson's Punch Out, is a 1987 boxing video game developed and published by Nintendo for Nintendo Entertainment System. Look at guys, Mike Tyson Punch Out was a no-brainer. You got to have it in your collection. You had to have Mike Tyson Punch Out. If you had Mike Tyson's Punch Out in your collection, man, I don't know what you had. You missing out. You was missing out. I mean, I remember going against Bald Bull, King Hippo, Joe, Soda Pop Joe, who that guy that looked like damn near the Iron Sheik? I can't think of his name. The Sandman, y'all remember him? He was in there. Glass Joe. So, for those who don't know, originally it was called Punch Out, right? Especially on the video game. And Glass Joe was the little guy. I always thought it was a glitch. I always thought it was a glitch in the system because you could see right through Glass Joe, who you used to be. It was your guy. You had the green gloves with the green shorts, but you could see right through him. I'm like, dude, what's wrong with this guy? I always thought it was a glitch in a video game. But his name was Glass Joe. She said Mortal Kombat will be on my list. I know that's right, Abby. I know that's right. Look, guys, we didn't halfway through my list. So before I get too far, I got to make sure I mention. I got to make sure my action figure of the week as well as album of the week. So with that being said, let's let it go. Let's go. Guys, what y'all know about that LL Cool J Radio? That's album of the week. Action figures of the week is He-Man, Skeletor, Man-at-Arms, Beastman, Teela, and Evil-Lyn. Speaking about another animation you can see on Netflix at Revolution, at He-Man Revolution, go check that out on Netflix. Great series. Great series. I love it. She said, I have the power. I know that's right. That was He-Man's slogan, wasn't it? Look at him. This old bougie Mississippi Negro. Nobody cared that you had both of them with your bougie ass. She said, it's not bedtime. We gaming. I know that's right. We are gaming. Hey, look here. Back in the days when I had that them He-Man characters, I used to have them. And they used to twist them to a certain way, and then they automatically throw a little punch. You couldn't tell me that, man. See, those were back in the days of the Nintendo, playing against Super Mario Brothers and all of that. That LL Cool J album came out in 86. Y'all see the theme? Y'all see what I'm trying to put together? The 80s was good to you, boy. My NFL team won a Super Bowl in '86. LL Cool J had his album Radio came out in '86. And in '86, I got hip to He-Man, Masters of the Universe. Shout out to Hit 80. Hal, shout out to '86. Y'all see it? My girl Ty said, y'all better hit that like button, share this stuff, and make sure you subscribe. She said, my favorite game was Pac-Man. Right on. Pac-Man. Now, let me say this. I like Miss Pac-Man, but I only like Miss Pac-Man when she was fast. Y'all remember the fast Miss Pac-Man? I love the fast Pac-Man. But if they had a slow Miss Pac-Man, I didn't want to play it. You remember going to the laundromat? We ain't washing no damn clothes. I ain't washing no damn clothes. But I'm in there playing Miss Pac-Man, the fast version, loading up on quarters. I'd have turned in all the glass bottles to get all the dimes I can to get them turned into quarters so I could play Miss Pac-Man at the local laundromat. You couldn't tell me nothing. And see, another place we used to play it at was in Pizza Hut. Y'all remember Pizza Hut had when Pizza Hut actually had an actual buffet? I don't even know if they have buffets anymore at Pizza Hut. But the two games they used to have at the Pizza Hut, and this was a sit-down version of the Miss Pac-Man. You sit down in the chair and you playing, and you looking down on the screen, playing. They had that, and Galactia, I think it is, with a ship, and you shoot up, pew, 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 and then the old ship come down and snatch you up and take your life. Oh, she said, facts. We game at the laundromat. Hey, where they had a video game, we was there. Let me tell you this. So, you know who had some of the best games, though? The bowling alley. They had a whole strip of them bugs. Boy, we thought we was in heaven. When we used to hang out with my uncle at the barber shop, they had a bowling alley right behind over that, and it used to be called the Big A Shop. For those who from Louisville, y'all know what I'm talking about. They used to have a whole strip of the video games, pinball machines. I remember back in the day, you used to go to the mall, and they had a whole room full of video games just dedicated to those things. Man, we love hanging out at the mall. Used to catch well, we used to call it TARP, but it's public transportation. Just to go to the mall and hang out in the gang room, try to pick up chicks. After us getting turned down from the girls, we go drown our sorrows in video games and slushies. That's the shit we used to do to a kid. Couldn't tell us nothing. We had to go to the mall or the carry-out. What is carry-out? Is that a little hangout spot for y'all? I assume that's what it is. Look at this bullshit right here. This is some bullshit. What is this? A red lipstick vibe. 1993 was a good year indeed. But in 94 was Hink's diamond year because he was blessed. I blessed him with my presence. Well, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave that alone. Okay, here we go. She said, carry out sub shop. Get food. I know that's right. But that's what we used to do back in the days. Guys, y'all done got me all distracted. Let me get back to focus so we can finish doing this top 10. Number 4. Oh, shit, guys. Number 4, Mega Man. Huh? Now y'all look at this cover. Does that cover look appealing to y'all guys? Mm-mm. So that cover is probably the main reason why they had a hard time selling that game. But once you play that game, you realize how good that game was, man. I love Mega Man. And truth be told, if it wasn't for these ones I got it at number 1 being what they are, Mega Man be up there. I love Mega Man. I love Mega Man and never could find it. It was hard to find. Let me give you a story about doing Hink's criminal days as a teenager. I can't get the shit out without laughing. God damn. So, as a teenager, you did some dumb shit, right? Especially you did dumb shit for things you want. Don't judge me. So as a teenager, let me get this in out. Let me be vulnerable with you guys, right? Let me be vulnerable. Let me get this off my chest. When I was a kid, 13, 14 years old, y'all remember the video stores? Like Red Giraffe, the Blockbusters, Video Vault, stuff like that. So back in the days, they used to rent out video games. And so you would take up the casing, take it up there, tell, I want to rent that. Of course, now we couldn't because we wasn't old enough, right? Had the money, we just couldn't rent because we wasn't old enough. We didn't have a membership. Cool. I wanted to play Mega Man. Couldn't find it nowhere in the store. Couldn't get it, couldn't find it, couldn't come up on it. Everybody who had it, they didn't want to trade. They didn't want to let nobody borrow it. That's how good it was. Again, the packaging, ugly as hell. When I was even looking at the history of it, they said it was one thing, it was part of the problem, why it didn't sell good a lot. It's because of the packaging. So let me give you a little story about Mega Man. I'll go back to my other story. Mega Man, known as Rocket Man in Japan, 1984 action platform game developed and published by Capcom for Nintendo Entertainment System. That's my number 4. Dude, when they developed this, it was a kid's drawing. That's who it was. The creator's child drew this because they didn't want to put a lot of money into it. But let me tell you what they did put a lot of money into the game. Brilliant. I love the game. Loved it. But let's get back to the store. So went to the video store, couldn't rent it, couldn't buy it, couldn't find it nowhere. They had one, and Lil Hink wanted one. Well, the only way I was going to get this game was going to do the dishonest thing. That was the only way I was going to get it. That was it. So what I do? I stole it. I put the thing down in front of my pants. And we started to walk out. So I already knew they had looked like when I was looking at it, I noticed like a metal strip, and they had a metal detector. So I took it off. I got out and got away where damn near. I didn't know my buddy was going to take a game too. And he didn't take the strip off. And so when we walked out, the alarm went off. I'm thinking, damn, how do you know I had it? I took the strip off. How do you know? we just started running. We just took off running. So now we more than halfway home. And next thing you know, the police comes up. Oh, shit. So thank God it was in the fall. And so there was a ditch with a bunch of leaves in it. So I hid the video games up under the ditch. Man, they came and got us. Got the games from us. We turned the games in. But they took us down to the jailhouse. You know, they gave us a scare tactic. You know, the police scare tactic. So they called my grandmother. Grandmother had to come pick up me and my cousins. Oh, shit, that's crazy. Came up, picked up me and my cousins. Ended up doing community service. So I had to do community service. 50 hours. The game wasn't even worth $50, but I had to do 50 hours of community service. So what ended up happening? I'm doing community service, cleaning up graveyards at the cemetery. I'm out there with a weed eater, cutting the grass, trimming the bushes and hedges while my dad slept in his car because I had to do community service of 50 hours. Now, I think my hours was done probably in about 2 weeks, but he still had my ass out there cutting the damn graveyard for the next 2 months. And my life criminal ended right then and there. Dumb shit. God bless. Just dumb shit. That's what I did. I knew it. She said, my cousin used to do this. God bless. You see what happens when you're vulnerable, man. People just give you hell. Just give you hell. I don't know what's up with that. What's up with that? Taught you a lesson. Yeah. I love that story. Oh, Lord. Look here, guy. Let me tell you the other thing that happened while I was at that damn graveyard. A big black ass snake came through. Scared the shit out of me because I was out there with the safety glasses on and couldn't hardly see them, and the glasses like getting foggy because I'm sweating so damn much out there doing slave work. God damn. And all of a sudden I look down, big long ass black snake. Man, scared the shit out of me. Man, but guess what I did? Your boy hit that damn snake with that goddamn weed eater. It was over for the snake. Snake didn't last long. I cut his ass up with the weed eater. Ooh, put that weed eater on the back. The whole thing you see with that snake skin just flying everywhere. And then he went off into the woods. That was the end of my crime stories. No more crime stories for me. Guys, we get down to the top 3. Huh? We are getting down to the top 3. Let's do it. Let's do it. Then I'm going to drop the link. Number 3, Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda was originally released in Japan in February 1986 before being released in North America on the Nintendo Entertainment System in August 1987. Guys, I love the Legend of Zelda. To the point, one of the draws things about the Legend of Zelda was probably the only video game that had a gold casing. Legend of Zelda had a gold casing. That's how special the Legend of Zelda was. Now, it was hard between putting that Mega Man there. And Mega Man could have easily been there. But it was something about the Legend of Zelda, man. It was special. When you got the game, it was a gold casing. It came with a map of the whole layout. Now, they didn't give you the little secret spots to go find more hearts and get more lives and all that. It didn't do that. You had to learn that with either experience or getting a little book and reading the NES magazine they used to you get a subscription for. And so my cousin, who was more well off than I was, he had the book, and I would get the book, and I would mark him a little map. You could tell me, I thought it was, had like an atlas. You know what I'm saying? I'm out there spreading the map open, and I'm putting marks where in a book it says you need to go here and there and find this stuff, and that's how I use it. Still to this day, I got the map. Now, the map is on PFD. It's not the same as the old map used to come with, because the old map came like it was a big old poster. That's pretty much what it was, a poster, a map of the whole layout. I don't have that no more. I wish I did, but I don't. But I love Legend of Zelda. Link. So for those who don't know, Zelda is the girl who he's trying to save, the princess. Link is the elf who's doing the saving. That's his name, Link. She says Zelda should be #1 on everyone's list. Well, unfortunately, it's not #1 on mine. Zelda game, brand new, is worth $10K right now. God, is that right? Jesus Christ. Hey, look here, I tell you this. If you got the original game, Nintendo game system, I'm talking about the deluxe edition, that thing's about $160,000 worth value. $160,000. She said, I was an adult when I figured out Zelda was a girl. Yeah, that's what she was. Look, I knew everything about Zelda. I knew the story, the backstory behind it. Loved it. Loved it. That was my game. But hey, I can't relate and understand why you think it should have been #1. But with that being said, I got a treat for you guys. Do y'all remember this?
Did you see the latest Nintendo newsletter?
Whoa, nice graphics. I'd like to get my hands on that game.
You mean you haven't played it yet? We can play it on my Nintendo Entertainment System. It's The Legend of Zelda, and it's really rad. Those creatures from Ganon are pretty bad. Octoroks, Tektites, Levers, too. But with your help, our hero pulls through. Yeah, go Link. Yeah, get Zelda. Awesome. Intense.
The Nintendo Entertainment System. Your parents help you hook it up. The Legend of Zelda sold separately.
Oh man, I remember that commercial. That corny ass rap. She said, OMG, LOL, that commercial. I'm so old. Hey, I feel your pain. Happy you remember that commercial? Oh, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evening, says Travel One. Shout out to you, ma'am. Thank you for coming through. I remember that corny commercial. That's why I said, when I downloaded, I said, man, I got to play. I got to. Now, they might give me a strike, but I don't care. It's worth it. Because I want you guys to enjoy it just like I got to enjoy it. But let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep it going. #2. Tecmo. What y'all know about that? What do y'all know about Tecmo? Well, guys, Tecmo is a classic for us. Again, I gave y'all a little bit of history behind it. We used to, like I said, 21 nothing skunk. And if you got beat by 21, you got to do 21 push-ups, 21 nothing skunk. Every point we end up, whoever won by, that's the amount of push-ups they had to do. That's what we used to do back in the days. We used to play tournaments at the church. At the church, used to let out. We come home, go in my room, play Tecmo Bowl or Double Dribble. Those are the two games we used to play all the time. Tecmo Bowl or Double Dribble. Man, I love those games, man. Let's get a little more history on it. Tecmo Bowl is an American football video game developed and released by Tecmo. Originally released as an arcade game in 1987. The game featured a large dual-screen cabinet with up to 4 players. Between the two fictitious teams, a port for the NES was released in 1989, and the first console game included real NFL players. Y'all heard, right? Y'all seen that? Was the first console game to include real NFL players. Guys, this was classic. So I don't know if y'all ever remember the arcade game. It used to be like 4 handles around and you play. And like I said, it had the dual screens. Man, I loved it. I love that game, man. Like I said, that's number 2 for me. Guys, it's number 2. Now I know some of you got, oh man, I think my girl always said, no, that should have been number 1 Zelda. Hey, look here, man. I love sports so much. That's why it's going to be number 2 for me. She said, love Tecmo as well. I used to play my cousin. And when I was winning, he would walk by and hit the bathroom. Like he's going to the bathroom and hit the reset button. I think they all did that, didn't they? So when they did, that's a forfeit. So if with you forfeit like that, that's automatically 21 points. That means I'm beating you that bad. You forfeit, you got to quit and you got to finish it. You got to finish the game. Got to. Can't do that. Can't do that. Don't be a sore loser. But let me give you a little something from the blast from the past. A little something from the blast from the past. Y'all remember that? Huh? Man, that was it. But number 1. Guys, I think you have an idea where this is going, all right? I think you guys have an idea where we're going at with the number 1 pick of my favorite game. Super Tecmo Bowl. Man, look here, man. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. Let me give you a little history behind this. Tecmo Super Bowl is an American football video game for the NES that was released in December 1991, developed by Tecmo. Tecmo Super Bowl was the first sports video game that was licensed by both NFL and NFL Players Association. It allowed the game to use both names oh, excuse me, both the names and attributes of the real NFL teams and players. Let's look at it. Was the first sports video game that was licensed by both NFL and NFL Players Association. Allowed to use the names, the real names of players and attributes in real NFL teams. So before Madden, before EA Sports, before all that, you had Tecmo Super Bowl. Yes, guys. That was my shit. But with that being said, let me give you a little blast from the past. Guys, what y'all know about that? What do y'all know about that? Man, that was it. That was a joint right there. If you had that game, man, you was the shit. Guys, I dropped the link. So if anybody want to come up and talk about some of your games, maybe ones I didn't name, because I got a lot of honorable mentions, guys, for real. I got a lot of honorable mentions that I didn't name or talk about, but I just wanted to make sure I got my top 10 out. Because you guys need to know what my top 10 is, right? I mean, you really don't have to know, but I like to share what my top 10 game is. And so that's my top 10. Right into that. Don't judge me, guys. Don't give me a hard time. I know some of y'all said, no, hey, these are the games that I like to play. These are the games I was into. It is what it is. That's what I would fire them games up, man. You couldn't tell me nothing. Now, my go-to games, if depend. Like I said, the football game. I used to play the Tecmo Bowl, especially during football season. Man, we used to, before games, we used to play it in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? We used to fire the games up. None of my go-to, like I said, Mega Man was it. We love, man. Again, Mega Man was so hard to get. Mega Man is so hard to get. It was just one of those things you just couldn't find it. You couldn't just go anywhere and find Mega Man, right? You just couldn't. It wasn't one of those games readily available. So when you got it, man, you held on tight. Wasn't nobody giving nothing up. Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda, man. Like I said, I love that map, and I felt like I was really doing something because I did my research and I got all those secret spots to get all the extra hearts. So you can have a full allotment of hearts and all that. And then, you always, you get close to the monster because you were hearing screaming out. Well, I can't do the sound, but y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean when it make that sound. That means you got close to the monsters. So, man, those games, man, I used to play like they was going out of style. I used to play like they was going out of style, man, and you couldn't tell me nothing. And when we was get together, because see, back in the days, you couldn't just play your buddies online. It wasn't no online game. You had to be right next to them. You know, y'all right, because more than likely, you know, and I didn't have the wireless remotes at the time. Those really wasn't a thing then. I mean, I think later on down they had them, but I didn't have none. I had the wired one, and so y'all right beside each other. You know what I'm saying? So I remember, you know, we playing these fight games like double. I was about to say double dribble, not double dribble, but the fight games, and we going against it like each other, and we pushing each other, trying to throw each other off. You know what I'm saying, man? Go on, push each other, trying to get somebody off the game and all that. That's what we would do. Playing the football game, same way. Same way. What you said? We had lane parties. I miss those days. What is lane party? What is that? People used to bring their own TV. Damn. Damn, is that what they would? Is that what the lane party is? Damn, I ain't never heard that. Definitely different, I'll tell you that. But with that being said, man, we used to, man, you could tell us nothing, man. I remember taking my Nintendo to college with me. Now, of course, it's, you know, the Nintendo was still strong, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was still strong, but it kind of started to venture over to the Super Nintendo then. You know, the regular Nintendo was kind of going out, and the Super Nintendo was coming in. And of course, the Super Nintendo had 16 bits instead of 8 bits. So now the graphics are a little bit different, right? The graphics are a little bit better than the 8-bit because it's 16-bit. Now it's a little bit more, not as pixelated. But you couldn't tell me, no, we still played Tecmo Bowl, Super Tecmo Bowl at the time. We didn't play the regular Tecmo Bowl no more. We didn't graduate on to the Super Tecmo Bowl. And when there wasn't nobody around, it was just me in the room playing. I would play Mega Man or Zelda. If it was just me by myself and I ain't got nobody really play the video game with like that, I'll still play Tecmo Bowl and all that. I mean, Super Tecmo Bowl. And, you know, of course, you got your individual game and they give you your password so you can do what you need to do. But I would play Zelda and Mega Man. I loved it. And the funny thing about it is I played Mega Man 2 before I got hip to Mega Man 1. So for those who don't know, Mega Man come out with, I want to say all the way up to 10. Probably more, but I remember all the way up to 10. But I was playing Mega Man 2 before I even knew about Mega Man. Well, I'm like, damn, it's 2. I mean, it's 2 is good. I like it. Look, all the Mega Man are good. But that's how I got hip to Mega Man, was Mega Man 2. And it went to when, like I said, I went over my cousin's house. And he had Mega Man 1. And I got to play that. I'm like, man, I like this better. That was my Mega Man experience. I got to introduce to Mega Man 2 before 1. That's crazy, but that's what it was. My man Quentin said, I was born in 94. But I definitely played Mario 64 and Donkey Kong. What does that say? Diddy Kong Racing. What's that? I assume that means what? Diddy Kong Racing. I assume it means Donkey Kong Racing. Okay. See, the Mario Kart, I didn't get into that. I didn't get into that. I didn't like that. My man Ricky said one word, Castlevania. Hey, Rick, I talked about that Castlevania. That Castlevania is definitely in my top 10 for sure. Castlevania fell at number 6 for me. for sure. She said, "No, did it? Ah, you sell it. You sell it." Yeah, but the Castlevania, man, I remember Castlevania. Like I said, the first time I seen blood on a video game was Castlevania. So that experience alone, right then and there, just blew me away. It just blew me away. Yeah, Quentin. I mean, you born in '94. You didn't get to experience the beginning of Nintendo. So, what's up, world class? What's happening, big brother? Hopefully all is well with you. I was 5 when I played whatever the folks brought me. I know that's right. He said he ain't got no choice. If that's what they got, that's what I got. Man, look, again, like I said, I remember staying up. I got that Nintendo. I stayed up all night playing that shit. Man, 4 or 5 in the morning. I'm going to 6 in the morning. And I just woke up Christmas morning, still going day after Christmas, playing Super Mario Brothers. Playing Super Mario Brothers. Just going. So, the good thing about it, I already knew how to play the game because, like I said, one of my neighbors had it. So what like I wasn't already familiar with it, but I had one to call my own. I didn't have to go down to his house just to play his game. I could come home after school, play, or of course, do my homework, do what I had to do and chores, and then play my game. And I had to go down to my friend's house. Then he's like, "Man, you use me play my video game." Man, no, I mean but if I got it here, why would I go down there? Because thing about Super Mario Brothers, you playing if they any good, you be waiting forever to get your opportunity to be Luigi because you play it too. So, it wasn't one of those games you both play at the same time. Now, the original Mario Brothers, which I don't know if y'all remember, but I remember playing that at the bowling alley. The original Mario Brothers, you was down in the sewers, and you could both play at the same time. Y'all teamwork, so y'all work it at the same time. You always, every time one of them little critters coming out the sewers, like the turtles, the crab. What else was that thing? Something used to jump real funny. Would come out of there, and you have to hit the floor beneath it to hit him to turn him over, and then you would kick him off, or you could hit the power button and then knock everything down. But it only with the thing that jumped, if he was in the midst of jumping and you hit the power button, it wouldn't get him. It's only because when he was on the floor, you had to hit it then. You had to time it. Also, I don't know if y'all remember when they used to like have like an oil, I don't know, oil or freeze. I used to be frozen over and you would run real fast, you would slide. That was funny. Another good game I used to play at the bowling alley is Burger Time. I don't know if you remember Burger Time, where you was a chef and you just run around and you would knock the buns down and it would just, it's almost like it was stacked up, but you had to run across it to make it fall. And you making a hamburger. It's called Burger Time. But your only weapon was you had pepper. So in order to stop your the little hot dogs and eggs that was coming out of you, different little foods that was coming out of you, you had to throw pepper on them. Now they didn't die, they just kind of stopped right in midstream. They stopped. And they like shaking and moving all that, and then you just run on past them. But if you didn't throw no pepper on them, then they would just get you. They'd kill you. they would just kill you. So that's how you would play the Burger Time game. It was corny, but it was fun. You know what I'm saying? It was fun. Man, Chris said, also NBA Jams, Kobe Bryant courtside. I know that's right. Look, NBA Jams was another good one. That was one of them two-player games you played multiple times. And one of the things you used to say, boom shakalaka. And another slow, he said, I'm on fire. He's on fire. And then you will see when you shoot the ball, the basketball, there's gonna be a flame behind it, and you see the little circle like lighting up, the circle up under you lighting up, and you shoot and all that. They remade the game with some of the modern day players. I don't know if y'all knew this. They updated the game so you could have more modern players. They also did Tecmo Bowl like that too. Now I never played that version of it. Somebody said I know Vic said he got all them games on Switch that you can load. I also seen like you see some of them bootleg games where you just get the handle and you get like a look like a USB stick, and they got all the games loaded up on there. And so there's different little ways to be playing the games, man. I love it all. Like I said, that Nintendo there behind me got all the Nintendo games on there. Every Nintendo game they had out is loaded on that game. And when I first got it, I used to play the thing a lot. Now I don't know how to play it. Matter of fact, when I brought it down here, I had to knock dust off that thing. I ain't played it so long. But y'all said I need to fire it up. Hey, don't tempt me. Again, I may stream. Well, I ain't gonna do a live stream. I may record it, and while I'm playing a video game. Don't be surprised I do that. Don't be surprised I do that. But man, look, guys, these are my top 10. I appreciate you guys listening to y'all top 10. I appreciate it. Y'all had some good ones. I ain't gonna say they was the best. There's some good ones in there. I do like some of the ones I was seeing right there. They do those are some of the ones I like as well. But like I said, I had like a few other ones that I would have definitely probably deserve to get in that top 10. Jordan versus Bird is another one that probably really deserved to get in there. What else? What else I got that probably should have been on that list that I didn't name? Let me see. I'm trying to think. Trying to think of some ones that I had up there that I should have had that probably really deserve. I tell you another one, Russian Attack. So that's almost like a cloak and dagger type video game. The regular Mario Brothers, should have been up there. Ninja Gaiden is another fun one I used to play. I didn't have Double Dribble up there, but that should have been up there. Legendary Wings. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was like a game where he's flying and you got this gun and you going, it's almost like you going straight up. I tell you another one, be a video game that you used to play on, and I think I remember seeing the arcade version of it. It's a game called 1942. And you're in this plane, and you're in like this bomber plane, and you shooting down these other jets and all that. Another one is, I don't know if y'all remember, Top Gun. Of course, it's based off the movie. It was okay. I didn't play it a lot. It was okay. I just always had a hard time. Excuse me. I always had a hard time with it when I had to refill the plane, because I always had to make sure I'm steady to get the fuel nozzle on the jet, because I would never get it on the jet and my plane would crash because I run out of fuel. That was another one. She said that, man, and she said, yes, Ninja Gaiden is good. I love Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden was tight, man. I love Ninja Gaiden. That was another game that I used to play. Popeye. I don't know if y'all remember Popeye. That was another one I used to play. Man, I'm trying to think of another one. Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. Was another one that I would play all the time. I'm trying to think. There was one more that I would play. I tell you this. Excite Bike. Y'all remember Excite Bike? I used to, man, play Excite Bike, but I always get mad because I would always overheat. And so when you overheat, they bring your bike all the way down and have you sitting for about 5 seconds for your bike to cool down, then you can start going again. So when your bike start to heat up, You got to let up off the gas. Can't keep holding the gas down. That was another one I used to play a lot. Spy Hunter. I think that's what it's called. Is it called Spy Hunter? Yeah, I think it's called Spy Hunter, where you in that they do 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 do. Y'all remember what I'm talking about? I remember I used to play the arcade game of it, and it was a truck like almost like Knight Rider was. Remember like when Knight Rider come, they let you out that semi truck, and then you go off and do your thing. That's how Spy Hunter is. So Spy Hunter was a game like that. You had the oil spill, you had the smokes, you set up smoke and all that. You had the guns and stuff shooting out of your car and all that good stuff, man. That was another great game I used to love playing, especially arcade, but also on Nintendo. I can't think of them more right now. Look, look. Soon as I get off this live, I have about 20 of them coming my way. My mom got us a church game called Exodus, and the whole game had one song called Father Abraham and his three sons. And his three sons love Father Abraham. I remember that song. We used to sing that in our little kids' church choir. And a church, when you raised in the church home, you have to do the church games. I know that's right. I know that's right. Oh, man, I remember playing Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy on the game. And the reason why we got Wheel of Fortune, because that was one of my grandmother's favorite shows. She used to love Wheel of Fortune, so she got us Wheel of Fortune on the game. I couldn't stand that game. I couldn't stand that game, but, I respect my grandmother. She loved that show, so we used to play it. No, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Guys, look here. I appreciate you guys being here. I just want to have this show, something different, right? It's always good to have something different. Break up the monotony. Don't do the same old show, talking about, really, a lot of people talk, of course, politics right now because we have an election in November. And who's the candidate, Republican or Democrat, red or blue, elephant or donkey, however you want to look at it. Those things are very important, and those things definitely need to be talked about. Politics and policies, those are all important things. But sometimes you just want to, have something lighthearted and do something, talk about something different. And so that's what I did this today. I don't want to talk about the relationship, though, because I know as soon as I get on another show, it'll be about that. Men against women, women against men. Who's doing this right? Who's not doing this right? Why ain't you submissive? Why ain't you that? It's cool, and I understand it. Conversations need to be had and mined out, but sometimes you just need to do something different. Just take a break from that shit, right? And so that's why I had this show today, so I can have this conversation right now to talk about something a little bit different than we normally talk about, right? Definitely that, man. But guys, continue to rock with me. Continue to rock with me. Let me see what I said for Sheila. She said, I love this. Thanks, Hink. Good stories and memories. What's something to take you back? Us old people, sometimes we need to be talked back into the days when we was a kid, it was innocent, and we had some of our best fun. And so this is another reason we had the show. I had the show just to take us back, have fun with it, and enjoy and do something different, right? Like I said, do something different and have a good time with it. But guys, continue to rock with me. I've been continue to do my little behind the scene basement members videos. I hope you guys are enjoying that. And I appreciate you guys continue to rock with me. Not only that, but they don't give a damn. I'm releasing those on Thursdays for y'all who do not know. I'm releasing those every Thursdays that I have. So I have a bunch of clips I'm putting together. So it's going to be a whole lot more to come. So on Thursday mornings, you will see about 8 a.m. I think I'm releasing the time release on them, that you're going to see some more clips on They Don't Give a Damn. Ladies, please don't get offended by it. I mean, it's just good fun. Just me seeing little clips and had to put it in that drop. Shout out to JR, my man JR from the LaPifa Network for clipping that. And now I have it. And now I use it in my weekly drops. So with that being said, just continue to rock with me, guys. Like I said, I'm continuing to do things. Got some more great news coming in the works, guys, especially on the sports side of my channel. You know, guys, on Monday I do the sports recap. So if you guys are into the sports thing, definitely make sure you tap in with me. It's going to get hot and heavy here in the next week or so. You have the preseason ramp it up. You know what I'm saying? We already have the WNBA right now. They're in their break for the Olympics, as well as the Team USA. All that's about to get started and all of that. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be very entertaining. You guys are going to learn a lot. Also, I'm going to have my man Chris Allen come over, and on a Monday, I think August 12th is what we scheduled for. And we're going to talk about fantasy football. Guys, that time of season, NFL season right around the corner. August 1st, we're going to have our first preseason game. We'll be the Chicago Bears and the Houston Texans. So football season right around the corner. Next Thursday, that's it. We're going to have some football, guys. Now, it's not going to be live football. It's going to be preseason, but guess what? It's still football. So, guys, definitely make sure you tap in, because on the sports side, we're going to have some new things coming, some new things in the works, and I'm looking forward to doing that and work with some other content creators on some great things, man. So, with that being said, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend, right? Right on. Y'all be safe out here and do the right thing. Right on.